Yo, wow. Lovely people, how are you getting on? Happy Friday, frenetic Friday. I'm just waiting a little bit more. We are going to wait out the forming activity for Jeff's new yacht, okay? Jeff is getting his pesos. It's inevitable. But after that, we're gonna turn on the webcam very soon, lovely people. Bear with me. Bear with me, lovely people. Bear with me. Bum, bum, bum. Bear with me. Bear with us, lovely people. Bear with us. Ladies and gentle people, welcome on in to the frenetic Friday. How are you getting on this frenetic Friday? I hope each and everyone is doing great and good. Hope everyone is greatly getting on. The last few seconds of the ad break, lovely people, and I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. How are you? Thank you very much for tuning in. The first amongst the first is the Gobbly Gobby. One. Végre hétvége. Finally, weekend in Hungarian, lovely people. If you see that message, that literally mirror translates to finally weekend. Oh. Yes, Swansong indeed. The lovely I don't know Pedro. How are you getting on? I really hope you're having an absolutely fantastic week so far. And the weekend is gonna be all the better. It's gonna be so good. Oh my goodness. I really hope each and every one of you lovely people are having a fantastic time. Kapow. Kablam. Kersplat. And any other comic book noises could accompany us turning on the webcam, lovely people. It's gonna be whoosh this time around. How are you getting on? How are you getting on, lovely people? So great to see you. My voice is going, goodness gracious. I have the highest pitches because I'm just squeaking happy to see you, lovely people. Thank you very much for tuning in today. The lovely I don't know Pedro, excited to see you as always, my friend. Oh, what a lovely thing to say. And Pedro, if I'm surviving this freaking surgery, which more than likely I will, come on, let's be honest. Or am I dead already? For a few hundred years, who knows? I will not tell you. That would be breaking the masquerade. But hopefully that freaking surgery next week will go fine, and then it's gonna be lovely. It's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Just redeemed Sing mode for 3 minutes.
What a lovely thing to redeem. Sing mode redeemed by the lovely Cryptid Waifu Genesis. Cryptid Waifu Genesis is the name. Lovely people, she is responsible for the viewer deterrent mode. Redeem. The viewer repellent mode is a special ritual. It's a Tremere blood sorcery. It's the deepest thaumaturgy. It's basically a ward, casting a ward on this. Casting a ward that keeps away the lovely viewers such as this, Lebak. Welcome on in. How are you getting on? I really hope you are having an absolute blast of a Friday. Fallacious, freakalicious Friday. Wait, is fallacious even a thing to say? Next to the I really hope it's still in the TOS. I really hope it's in the TOS. I don't know if this song is DMCA free. It should be part of Bloodlines, so maybe we don't quite know. But don't worry, YouTube's automatic robotic crawlers will definitely highlight it for us. Lovely people, how are you getting on? Welcome on in. I'm muted so I can't even hear the sing mode Cryptid Waifu Genesis. Don't worry, I'm gonna make you watch the VOD with full on blast. You gotta watch the VOD. Who knows why? I don't know. I haven't quite figured that out, but hey, hopefully you're gonna enjoy what you did. Lovely people. Make sure to spread the joy and the love to each other in the chat. Have you seen the La Sombra trailer? Cold Moon 23? We have. I have actually seen the La Sombra trailer with the absolutely lovely I don't know Pedro, but I'm sure he's pretty cool. Lovely people, if you haven't known, check out the lovely Pedro. This is the link. This is what he did last time. Let me copy the link for the lovely people on the YouTubes who are watching there. Because that message doesn't go there because Twitch has a weird TOS. Don't worry about that. Lovely people, what do you think of it? I loved it a lot. Cold Moon 23, don't worry, do not worry. The viewer repellent mode only lasts for about 1 more minute because I feel generous. I am singing a little bit more. Conundrum. Conundrum.
The lovely Gabakaha one just redeemed teach us how to say things in Hungarian.
That is a good one. The lovely Gabakaha. One. Redeemed teach us how to think things in Hungarian. Redeem. How to say conundrum. Conundrum, say it with me, lovely people. Hum it with me. Conundrum. How would we say? Is there even one word in Hungarian for this? Lovely people, unmute the browser tabs. Come on in. Cold Moon, by the way, I loved it. I love the trailer. I think it's very interesting to see that an elder Lasombra wakes up in a world where the Lasombra, mainly, not all of them, lovely people, it's never... Be careful when you generalize, especially in Vampire the Masquerade. But majority of the maybe not even a majority, lots of Lasombra is now part of the Camarilla. I am extremely curious how much effort went into peeling that back. It's a hell of a concept indeed. So I'm curious. I'm so freaking curious how much. Let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet. Okay, lovely people, just let me know. Let me know if the music is okay next to my talking voice. It might be a little bit too it might be a little bit too loud. But let me know. Let me know. TGIF, the lovely Lebok is here as well. I'm so happy. I already greeted you, right? Bill, thank you very much for tuning in as well. Hopping here to say hi back after therapy. Goodness gracious, Bill, you know how to live. Therapy, kung fu, chiropractors. You must be very well put together in mind and body. You're like a space marine compared to us. Goodness gracious. Here I am, a complete freaking wreck. That's gonna be, at least this part of me is gonna be repaired next week with the surgery, hopefully. But goodness gracious. How well put together you can be. I'm very proud of you. We are very proud of you. Bill, we are with you. If that means anything, I hope it means something to you. It's such an absolutely wonderful community we cultivated here. I'm so happy. I am so happy. Lovely people, before you get ahead of yourselves, okay? Hashtag not a cult. Don't be alarmed because I haven't sung it, okay? Don't be alarmed. I'm not saying out the parts. Hashtag not a cult. We have to be very outright forthcoming with this, lovely people. For taxation purposes, it's very tempting, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's a hell of a concept. And by the way, do you want to watch the trailers, lovely people, together? Is that something we should spend some time with? Should we watch the trailers for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2? Would you be interested in seeing my face next to the trailers? Should we do a reaction video? Goodness gracious, have I done that? I think we have done reaction videos before, kind of. But how do you say conundrum? How do you say conundrum? Teach us how to say things in Hungarian.
Teach us how to say things in Hungarian.
I'm gonna gypsies. I'm gonna say the Hungarian translation for it, which is politically correct in this age. Although, to be honest, I think the normal Hungarian word is just as perfect. But I'm not gonna get cancelled just because if someone says it's not. But yeah, gypsy is basically the travelers people. Utazók. Utazó vándorok. There you go, Gabika. I solved that puzzle. But before that, conundrum. How do you say conundrum in Hungarian? Fennforgás. I would maybe say that if it's one word. There are some words obviously in each language. There are some words in each language where it's very hard to word by word translate something. For example, there's a one word, two words. Actually, it's two words. But those two words include all the accented characters. Wait, I'm gonna make it a little bit quieter because it's blasting in my ears. I hope it's not. I hope you can still hear the music in the background, but yeah, we can talk. So, there's two words which include all the accented characters in the Hungarian alphabet, and that usually as a sentence, the two words together. It's not even a sentence, it's just a thing that is used to test the rendering of those characters on screen in information technology. And that is árvíztűrő tükörfúrógép. Now, árvíztűrő tükörfúrógép can be mirror translated into something like flood resistant mirror drill. It's like, is that really a thing? Duh. But it's really good for testing things because it has all kinds of accented characters in the Hungarian language. It even has yeah, it even has the the accented I, just for good measure. But judging from the trailer, it should be very interesting. I mean, this one was first that was so focused on the story. Yeah, it's actually interesting that they were this was not like fighting. They showed some of the combat, but it was not fighting heavy. It was like one-liner and story heavy, which I love very much. It's gonna be so cool. But yeah, let me know, lovely people. Have you watched the Bloodlines 2 trailers? Would you be interested in actually looking at it? Dr. Spockerpan says, Bonders, I have been here the whole time, disguised as a Christmas present. Aww, it's always a present when we can have your presence. See how beautiful the English language can be? Dr. Sparklepants, you are our sparkly present. Even when you were called Dr. Poopy Pants, we could see the sparkle under the poop, okay? We don't even need a wash. This community sees into your soul. I'm just kidding. What I meant to say is that we can see the value, the core of your joy of a human being. Don't worry. I said this before, says I don't know Pedro, since both Toreador and La Sombra were previously paid clans, I believe they will have that extra bit of flavor put into them compared to the other clans. I wondered if that is true, actually. I would love that. Like, I would love if they... And by the way, if they could come up with other playable clans... Malkavian, anybody? If they can come... Nosferatu! How amazing would be to play a Nosferatu Elder. Oh, Billy, the cult has its ways into your souls. Yeah, exactly. Through your tummy. It goes... anything and everything goes through our tummies, probably, people. That's why we are eating and munching the whole stream. Saintfield, welcome on in. I wonder if they would do that, a Gangrel Elder. Ooh. Especially that the Gangrels, majority again, not all of them, but most of the Gangrels are technically Anarch in the V5 universe, right? Ooh. And this specific Gangrel would be like intertwined with the Camarilla. And they could decide. Oh, I love that. I really hope that there's gonna be a lot of player agency. They haven't really shown a lot of player agency. I really hope that it's just because they don't want to spoil those paths. Because they kind of spoiled some things in the 2-hour available playable thing for lots of content creators. But I really hope it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But yeah, how do you feel, lovely people, about Bloodlines 2? There are still people, by the way, who believes that that is the conundrum, or in Hungarian, a fennforgás, problémás, hotszocáre. Oh, that's a good word in Hungarian. Conundrum could be mirror translated into hotszocáre. There you go, Gabika. I solved the puzzle. My brain is switched to English, and look what I just did. By that, don't look, just listen. Don't look! Nowadays, yes, but let's be honest, gangrels were always about individuality and doing their own thing. Exactly, and like I said, the Camarilla is basically the 5 families of New York. It's the biggest multiple family mafia organization and collaboration ever. But it has the families. And those are its own thing. The clans are its own thing. You know, clan before sect for the Tremere as well. Although they like the shielding of the other clans, very much so. Including Nosferatu as well. They understand the benefits of being together in one sect. Being allied, so to speak. But we all know how fragile an alliance is in the criminal underworld of this alternate history universe. How amazing that is. Now, is Mama what Mama is grandmother in English? Yep. It's very interesting, actually. Yeah, lots. And by the way, that's just English. Lots of languages around the world. Mom, mom, mama, mama. Like lots of languages say mother this way. And the grandmother is usually a separate word, like Oma, for example, in German. And like it's a different word. But in Hungarian, we are calling the usually generic word in most languages understood as your mother. You would call your grandmother that in Hungarian. Yeah, mama in literally in Hungarian means grandma. But lots of people, I heard lots of Hungarian people also saying that to their moms, by the way, because of, I think, the English influence now. But it's definitely a separate word, yeah. In Hungarian, mother is anya. Anya. Anyuka. Although that is also a separate one. That's like mother-in-law would be anyuka, usually. But you can also, this is like the endearing nickname used for moms. We will never get actual Bloodlines 2. I really hope that's not true. I really hope that's not true. I really hope eventually we will get a Bloodlines 2. Again, depending on the success of this, or depending on how Paradox can sell the rights fully. To be frank, Paradox is kind of moving out from behind this. Have you noticed that? Like they refounded basically White Wolf. I think at one point White Wolf, the original creators of Vampire the Masquerade and World of Darkness, White Wolf, I think it was a publisher company or whatnot. White Wolf got refounded, recreated, basically resurrected from the dead, from their ashes, and now there is a White Wolf. This version of Bloodlines 2, which I agree, it's not Bloodlines 2, it's like Vampire the Masquerade, the Nomad. Let's call it that. How about that? I like that, by the way. That could be so good. Vampire the Masquerade Nomad. And it's literally Nomad because there's literally no Malkavian in it. I know you can play a little bit with Fabian and it's kind of like in your head anyway. So yeah, that technically is a Malk. I get it. But not a fully fledged, full agency character. There's no Malkavian is what I mean. So, you know, Nomad. See what I did there? But yeah, Nomad. Nomad is such a good subtitle for this. I think it will underperform on sales, and that's what I'm afraid of. That's what Swansong did as well, right? I'm so freaking worried about that, lovely people. I would love it. I would absolutely love it if there would be people working there, because lots of people, you know, who are working on this usually are very passionate. They are very passionate game developers. They are very passionate in the arts, in the industry, either in storytelling or arts, like visual arts. They can be very passionate even in technology, so they're making like shiny stuff. Very nice. We've seen Justice, right? Justice was the VR vampire game as well. I wonder if they could measure how many VR systems it moves. And what are the sales, for example, for Vampire the Masquerade Justice? Is it Justice or Justine? 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 Justice? See? I even forgot the freaking name. Granted, I still haven't plunged and splurged on a... I haven't splurged on a VR headset yet. Maybe I should eventually. It would be nice, actually. Maybe I will get into it eventually. But again, there's nothing really of substance that I'm just like, yes, that's why I'm buying a VR headset. Despite knowing that Outlast can be played in VR with a mod, which I absolutely freaking love it. Everspace, maybe even Everspace can be with a mod, I think. But there's Free Space 2 is the one that has VR mode. Amazing stuff. Space Sim in VR. Technically, I think you can do No Man's Sky as well, right? That's amazing. So there's an amazing lineup of titles now. There's Half-Life Alyx, obviously. So I'm really curious. I just don't know. It was, you know, my living situation was never really like, okay, I'm gonna put VR into this room and it's gonna be perfect for it, and I'm not gonna make a mess of the room so I can actually play. Like, never really aligned well with that idea. I like how the game looks and already pre-ordered it. However, says Cold Moon 23, I am not treating this as Bloodlines 2. That's what we should do, by the way. By the way, I don't like I love when there's a sequel and it's good, but I usually try to gauge and immerse myself in a title on its own merits. And I like to find those merits even if they are very hard to find. Meaning that there's a little bit of nice atmosphere, a little bit of nice storytelling in Bloodlines 2, this version of Bloodlines 2. I'm already happy. I get a new Vampire the Masquerade game that I can play an Elder in, which was, again, in Redemption, technically we played an Elder in the second half of the game, right? In the Modern Knights, because Christoph was pretty freaking old, you know? Which was fun, but not in the modern times, not in these ways. And by, I mean real life modern times, as in, you know, after 2000, whatever. Actually, is the Redemption game 2000? Smack dab, right? Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, I think, was released in 2000. Check it out, lovely people. It's freaking dirt cheap and it's amazing. GOG.com. Do yourselves a favor. And I think GOG is still running the sales, by the way. LeBuck says it's underperforming. Do you think it's underperforming in sales? Very likely. I mean, it might be. Sadly, it might be. I've heard they are done with VTM after Bloodlines 2 launch. But that's okay, because if they just give it over to White Wolf, and White Wolf will be the one moving forward doing anything, because that's what I heard. Because there are some other Vampire the Masquerade games, even in video games, that have performed very nicely. Like the Choice of Games, as far as I remember, they sold well in their own category. I don't know how well Choice of Games, like the, you know, the Choose Your Adventure type of interactive novels, how well those sell on Steam overall. I don't know. I would be curious to see. As long as the White Wolf can promote their games well, I'm down for it. Yeah, exactly. I really hope that Paradox just wants to not do anything with it because it's like, we can't monetize it to absolute high heavens. Okay, but if they at least hand over the reins to White Wolf and they have some kind of budget for it, and by the way, this is a license that they own. They don't necessarily need to fund a game development. They can say that they would like a slice of the sales and somebody can, you know, they can have license agreements with them. So it's not necessarily the, we don't want to risk more money into this. Cool. But then just please let other people do stuff. Like they did a game jam not too long ago. It was like 2 years. I think it was was it last year? No, it was 1 year before. Was it in 2022 or 2023? There was a 1 month long game jam in Vampire the Masquerade. And basically the top runner-ups and the top game that actually won the championship tournament, how do you call that? The game, winning a game jam. I mean, all the games that were in it's actually pretty cool. You can go to, oh, lovely people, we are talking about this. If you don't know about these, let me just show you. How about that? It's itch.io Vampire Game Jam. Let me see if I can actually find it. I even went so far as to literally generate cover art and background art for Vampire the Masquerade Seattle by Night with ChatGPT and put them as my Steam background for the game. That's the spirit. It is seemingly 2022 actually. But it was until January. Let's see if this was the one. But let me show you. Let me show you what I can see. Okay, how about that, lovely people? How about that we go in here, and I'm going in here, and I'm choosing this one, and I'm doing this. Can you see it? I'm gonna make myself a little bit more manageable size. How about that? Okay. So watch this. Vampire the Masquerade Game Jam 2022. So it's basically lasted from October the 30th, from the good old Halloween almost, up until basically a little bit more than a month. 28 entries, 3 winners, lovely prizes. That's all fun and games. And if you check these, actually, is there winners already listed here? No, this is just the actual depiction. But you can check it on itch.io. So itch.io, you can look for Masked Vampire Game Jam 2022. And look at this. This is pretty nice. As far as I know, this one is turned out really... I mean, all of these almost are pretty nice, playable, lovely things. And you can... Some of them you can even pay for, I think. Because they made it released properly. I know that there was... Which one was that? The winner. Do we see the winner here? Wait, why don't we... I know the winner was released on Steam. Predator and Prey is really good as well. What am I missing? Goodness gracious. City of... Not City... Is it City of Night? There's one in which you actually also... It's like a... Not a city building game, but almost like a colony management game in a city. You are playing like the Elder Council and whatnot. I don't know which one, where it is. For some reason we don't see it here. Was it a different one? No, it wasn't. Community? What is this? Yeah, someone was looking for goops. Whatever. Okay. Blood and Wise. What a lovely... What a fabulous Las Vegas. It is called something like Lullaby. Yes, Vampire the Masquerade Lullaby. I mean, it's on Steam. Like, if you want to check it, it's on Steam. I can check it on Steam as well. Because I even have it. Heartless Lullaby. And they're actually making a full-on game called Heartless Symphony, which they released a teaser for at the Halloween night of 2022, actually. And then ever since then, there's zero activity on this freaking page, which makes me... It just pisses me off. Just pisses me off, lovely people. But it's a fantasy. Even Lullaby is an amazing game. Let me share you with the link. So here's the... So this is the link for Vampire the Masquerade Heartless Lullaby. It's free. You can download it. It's a lovely... What is it? Like an hour? A few hours? I think we played it through in one stream back in the day. There's a few hours worth of... and you can do multiple endings too. So you can have a few hours of fun out of this. It's very nice. It's lovely. Even the animations are pretty cool. This game was made in a month. How amazing that is. And this was the winner. And the winner got this, that, okay, they are releasing it as a Vampire the Masquerade title, part of the group and the label and everything. So it was actually... Interestingly, the publisher is still the studio itself. Like, the publisher is not Paradox or White Wolf. It's them. Like, it's indie published, but they got the rights. They got the license from... for Vampire the Masquerade. But yeah, it's fantastic. How lovely it is. They are supposed to be working on a Heartless Symphony, which is a big adventure game. I guess in the same or similar style. I would love that. I don't know where it is after 3 freaking years, but that's kind of sadly happens with, you know, amateur people making games. It is what it is. Like, look at some of the amazing mods, like really amazing mods that is being developed, but obviously is being developed in free time. And I truly believe that sometimes they are taking on way more than they can chew, or biting off way more than they can chew, and that's why it's like 5-10 years later there's new versions of the game out. but I don't know if, like, what is it, Sky Oblivion? I don't know where it is right now in terms of release. Or there was like Morrowind was Skywind, or what was it? Like Morrowind was at first created in Oblivion Engine as well. They tried to do Vardenfell as well as the rest of Morrowind in it. But then I think by now they're making it in the Skyrim engine, but I don't know where it is currently. Parts of it is playable. Like, it's amazing mods. But it's such a huge undertaking, right? I would love if they would release like small polished parts and then just build on that a la early access. Like in modding times with mods, early access would be amazing. But hey, here you go here and you can play a lot of lovely Vampire the Masquerade themed games. Look, Fast Night is actually even... you can pay for this. I wonder if it's... overview. Oh, it's just the overview for the app, just show sign. But again, this is fantastic. I love that they did this with the I don't know why they haven't done it since, because I think the game's popularity in terms of tabletop role-playing game is really good. They had some really nice strides, especially like the fact that they haven't been aligning the mediums for the release of Bloodlines 2 is a little bit worrisome to me. because they still have leaders in the industry. Oh God, don't even get me started about the leadership in any industry, really, if you think about it. The sheer incompetence, basically the opposite of meritocracy, is kind of working in promoting people. I don't know why. And of course, respect for the people who are exceptions, but goodness gracious, like, you know, when they released the Fallout series, Season 1 on Amazon, you know, the Prime Video, and literally readers were baffled that, oh, people are trying out the Fallout games. How is this possible? Is that something that you ask anybody? That you can coincide a release of a series, especially if you trust that it's going to be successful, and they seemingly were trusting it to be successful, to like have another freaking mini expansion in Fallout 76, add a little bit of extra or something nice to Fallout 4. I don't know, remaster freaking Fallout 1, like do something. And it's like they could literally print money with this. And they don't have a group of interns. They can just tell, hey, could you do like, here's the Fallout 4 engine, we need you to learn anyway because we would like to hire you as this or this. You know, this is one thing that always baffled me. Like, the whole thing of internship is that people are so short-sighted. I know I know personally as well how hard it is to plan for a longer term, right? But even with that, how is it not something that you can long-term try to figure out that, hey, we don't just want an intern. It would be great to use the internship to get people fluent in the design languages we use, in the game design tools we use, in programming game engines we use, etc., etc. Have people upskill and then try to hit the ground running with those people, hiring them full-time or part-time or whatever, right? It's so weird that the job market also is totally not prepared for this. Because if you think about it, 5 people who are fairly well versed in, for example, the Fallout 4 engine and the toolkit they use, a group of 5 people could maybe do some wonders with the previous Fallout title. I truly wonder how many people worked on the Oblivion remaster. I am so curious. Maybe we could know. I'm just too lazy to search. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to, you know, White Wolf doing this. October 10th, 10/10. Yes, exactly. 10/10/25. Actually, that's nice. 10/10/25. We're not gonna have 25/25/25. I remember when Skyrim was released. I remember that day, preparing for that day and on the day as well. Like everything was. I was sometime before that I was in London, and that was the first time in my life I've ever seen video games mainstream advertised, like full on freaking billboards in the subway next to the movies, you know, which I was used to, like Hollywood movies being advertised like that. But that was Skyrim was there, and I'm like, I love this. So in London there were Skyrim ads everywhere, and you know, the under there it was always 11/11/11, because it was 2011, the 11th of November. It is so cool, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And I remember we were also like kind of celebrating this in the workplace and whatnot. Like it was so cool. Like, whoa, look at this! 11. I remember we booked basically a conference room just to be there together as a team at 11 a.m. 11 minutes, so 11:11 on the 11th of November 2011. It's just like, it was so cool. It was so cool. And we could do that with in 2012 as well. So that was cool. We can't do that in 2013. So that opportunity is gone now. It was fun. It was fun. But yeah, that's something. I really hope they're not gonna drop the ball with this. But then again, again, compared to the absolute incompetence of leadership, more than likely they will drop the ball. I just really hope that the game is good enough that it will run by itself. That's what I'm hoping for. And again, if the modding will be there, hopefully, and we can mod the ever-living shite out of it. Like, I always love it. Even in the Witcher games, there are not too many story mods, but there are some pretty interesting story mods for the Witcher game, and I just love the idea that the toolkit is there. So if you want to make your own story in the game engine, with the characters, with even without creating new stuff, you could tell a story. You could put together some interesting boss fights with different mechanics. I would love it if this would work in Bloodlines 2 as well. I don't know how we will do that, but again, really freaking hope it's gonna be a thing. But yeah, lovely people, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you think they should make... I was also in the opinion of making a single player game with a story in Blood Hunt. So Blood Hunt engine with that fluid movement and traversal, and make some kind of a story that you can also play on your own, or with bots or whatever. Like, it's because there's like a story arc in the game. It's just very weird. Like, if somebody's coming at it from a let's go battle royale, vampire battle royale, then they can just breeze by the story and they don't even read the conversations and they don't even try to put things together. So again, not that accessible to pull in new people to the hobby. And here I am, sitting with freaking 10-sided die next to me. Right? Is it focusing? Is it focusing as well? Somewhere? Hell, focus? I don't know why the camera tries to focus on me instead of this. Yeah, I have some stash right next to me. I have even more behind me. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what we're gonna get. I'm curious. I'm actually curious, but I'm also not like. Is the next best thing at this point after all the bull crap? I'll just settle for that, says Cold Moon. I agree, but don't forget as well that I have the theory that they knew all along that this day one DLC for 2 clans, gating 2 clans behind it. I think they are incompetent as leaders, but I don't think they are that incompetent. Don't you think that they are not this stupid? And maybe the whole shebang was to garner some free press with the outrage that this generates, so that they can swoop in and, oh, we listened, we are listening to our players, and lo and behold, we have 6 clans, all of them included everything they want. Oh my god, look at us. But we're gonna do like story DLCs, and you know what, if you pay in advance, we include that for you. Which literally is done by almost every game at this point. So they just like went somewhere that is totally outrageous and weird, just to get back to the point where I kind of was expecting them to go anyway. Oh, and while all along, and this can influence people. Even if you feel like, oh, I'm immune to this absolute bullcrap, either I buy the game or not if it's good. I'm curious if this will be a thing. An old woman commissions a tombstone. She asks the carvers to write, "Born a virgin, lived a virgin, died a virgin." It wouldn't fit on the face, so Peter Ponders just wrote, "Returned unopened." Oh, but why me? Why am I the carver? Why am I the stonemason in this one? I mean, to me, this sounds like something I would do, but why am I? The prophecy has come to pass. It's a joke, lovely people. It's for legal reasons. For legal and mournful reasons, it's a joke. The prophecy has come to pass again, says Visai. The 6 stream streak max continues. And you know, lovely people, by the way, if you anytime feel like, oh, goodness gracious, Billy, I had an actual real life and Peter Ponders was streaming the day before, then quickly before I go live again, you can actually watch some of the VODs. I think if you watch like 5 minutes of the VODs, or on Twitch, or obviously you need to be logged in, but if you watch the VOD somewhat, or watch some clips, I don't know how much you need to watch clips, but if you watch some of the clips on the channel, then you are basically can keep your streak alive. It's a new feature since the last TwitchCon, I think. Ain't that a great job for a vampire? Basically like moonlighting at the stone carving as a stone carver, just making tombstones. I like that. That concept would be nice. That's Blackbird 7 Twitch. That is some there. Yeah, I like that. Taking care of the crypts. Yeah. I mean, imagine they have some tricks and plays with Oblivion as well, which is the discipline for the other world. So they could basically practice necromancy right at the source. Ew. But it sounds really good. I mean, they don't have to be that type. This is so. Maybe it will be too on the nose, stereotypical, right? But if you're good at your job, you get free fresh blood. Good quick. But what do you mean free fresh blood? Like the mourner? Actually, the people who are mourning must have amazing blood resonance. Melancholy resonance, anybody? Drain the corpses? That's not fresh. That's not fresh enough. Immediately, if the soul departs the body in the game lore of Vampire the Masquerade, if the soul departs the body upon death, the blood immediately not as enticing and not as nurturing for a vampire. They can sustain themselves on it somewhat. Not if you are an elder, you can't. For example, I love the idea that, you know, in Bloodlines we can eat the rats even in this game, which I should maybe start at after freaking almost an hour. What am I doing? Good conversation. I really hope you're enjoying these conversations, a lot of people, because apparently I am enjoying these conversations. Look at what we're doing. So, as an elder, you won't be able to sustain yourself on animal blood, so there's no ratsies anymore. But even as your blood gets thicker, as you get thicker, then you are not able to sustain yourself on the blood of animals. Eventually, if you are a Methuselah or something really freaking old, like a really old elder with really high blood potency, in terms of game mechanics, it's also called blood potency in the tabletop role-playing game, then at one point you can't even sustain yourself by just draining mortals. At one point you need to kill mortals if you want to sustain yourself, but just, you know, leaving them alive doesn't work anymore. And after a while, you know, the curse of Cain is you need to consume your own children, so to speak. That would mean that they are consuming other vampires. So the only way they can sustain themselves is by draining other vampires. Don't sound very effective? Oh, it's effective. Vampiric Vitae tastes amazing. It's basically a mixture of sexual and all kinds of other arousal as well as ecstasy. Even for like an average kindred, like a very young kindred, the taste's different between the different types of blood. It's there. So if they end up drinking vampire blood, that's pure ecstasy. It's very good. I love it. I love that they went to this much detail in the lore, by the way, in Vampire the Masquerade. It's not just like the simple, oh, I'm drinking blood. But some of them can actually sustain themselves and bag blood, though. In good conditions, can blood last like an hour before it coagulates in a corpse? Yeah, but good luck getting them that early. But no, it's like, it's not about the coagulation. Because some vampires are very good. They are called baggers. They can have a feeding style of preferred feeding style of bagger. They are actually preferring their snacks in bags rather than having the real vessel for them, right? But that's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one. Alright, lovely people, let's tune into the game actually. Because why not? Let me do this, I guess. We'll see if we can actually heal that up really good. What did I press? I never know. And we can start the game. It's gonna be nice. But yeah, lovely people. What is your ideas? Like, is there any World of Darkness game that, or anything like this, like in terms of folklore, in terms of cryptids, if you will, in terms of anything supernatural like this? Not necessarily vampires, because the World of Darkness also includes fays and fairies. Well, fairies are fays, so but it includes the fae and changelings. It's very, I love the lore so much. World of Darkness is really nice. It's really nice and rounded up. Lovely people, tell me. Wait, what? Oh my god, it's October 10th already? What's happening with our life? It's just passing so freaking fast, lovely people. It's so freaking fast, I don't know what to do. Robert Pattinson is an awful vampire. It took him 11 years to figure out how to turn into a bat. You're right. In the Vampire the Masquerade lore, not every vampire is able to do that. It is a special power of shapeshifting, and not every bloodline inherently has access to that. Most vampires could theoretically learn all kinds of blood powers of the Vitae though. Can vampire bats carry corona? I guess so. Sadly. I'm assuming you talk about SARS-2, the virus, right? The coronavirus. Or other types of coronavirus. There are many types of coronaviruses. As far as I know, most of the bats can be carriers. I wonder what is it. Yeah, we don't have a clear knowledge of what type of animals are able to carry and infect others with this, right? New corona have become the seasonal flu. I mean, it was pretty much always expected. Like whenever coronavirus became a thing, then they immediately said that yeah, if we can't eradicate this, it's gonna be seasonally having ebbs and flows, just like other viruses, by the way. It's just, you know, other viruses were in the few thousands per millions of population flowing here and there, and at like 5,000 whatever plus cases concurrently, it was already called a local epidemic or something. Compared to that, if you check the numbers, the pandemic was horrible. But aren't vampires immune to disease? Oh, vampires would be immune to the disease, but vampires can still carry disease. They're working with blood after all. So if they don't wash themselves and, you know, keep themselves hygienic, they can accidentally even spread disease between humans. Yeah, exactly. Immune doesn't mean that you can't be a carrier. My favorite ponderer, Coconut Cream Soaper. Welcome on it. The lovely Coconut Cream Soaper is here with us as well. How amazing that is. Welcome on in. It's great to see you. It's great to have you. Am I even doing what I'm supposed to do? In a moment we're launching the game, lovely people, and absolutely fan. It's gonna be, oh my goodness, it's gonna be much game. Very vampire, alright? I don't know why I do this. But yeah, what other games are there? Like any, I like mixing and matching game styles and atmospheres and universes and style and just overall games, mix and matching them together. I would love that. Like I would love to see like if Escape from Tarkov had a kid, a love child with Hunt Showdown. I would love to see that. I think that would be an amazing game. With more story than each of them. Right? That would be... Imagine Escape from Tarkov, Hunt Showdown, all mixed together in a cyberpunk universe. Goodness gracious love. Or even in a medieval universe. Imagine the various types of arrows and metals for the different supernatural creatures. Like, oh, really? In general, just a Hunt Showdown medieval. How amazing that would be. And these are just thought experiments. Like, these are just things that pops into my mind for no particular reason. Are you nurturing any of these ideas, lovely people? And you don't have to give them away, of course. It's just how are you? Well, thank you. I'm good. I'm a little bit freaking out. I'm a lot freaking out, to be honest, because of the freaking surgery coming up. But hey, it's not gonna change. I'm gonna absolutely be shaking in my boots until the next week. But we're gonna have lots of streams because I can, you know, divert my attention easily with games. I joined Peter Porner's stream, seeing him play a tragic vampire game, and the man behind me started wailing. I got hit in the head with a harpoon. That's eerily specific. What happened? Goodness gracious. You got hit in the head with a harpoon. I hope it was just the side of it accidentally nudging a little bit. Oh, sorry, on like your whaling fish or something. The whaling days in Norway, yeah? Oh, that type of whaling. God, man. Would the metals require purity? If not, then a general additive to steel would work as a general monster killer knife. That's an interesting question, actually. Like, how much silver... But what does silver do in metallurgy? Like, if you would try to have a silver-infused blade. Similar to as how the Witcher is also silver blades, right? But silver by itself is not the best metal for weapons. Although, well, in certain circumstances, like you can make nice daggers maybe. But yeah, it's a good question. How much silver can you infuse a steel blade with? That is still effective, for example, against werewolves. Or the spirits. That's interesting. Versailles is asking the hard questions. Just asking the hard questions, man. I love that. I absolutely love that. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Let's see what we can do. Just a moment, let me check something. Okay. Oh, Billy, let us go. Quiet! Not you, lovely people. You never need to be quiet. We're gonna launch the game. I love it that I literally have a few hours to stream only, and then we spend freaking 1 hour just chatting. Do you mind this, lovely people? I hope you don't. I really enjoy thinking about. I love the thought experiments that we are running here. I don't know how. I'm a little bit debating about the usefulness of rather doing this in a YouTube video, but then again, I couldn't get your valuable input for it then. So this is actually pretty good. I mean, this will be on YouTube, so if you want, you can think about such things. But yeah, it's actually very interesting. I think it's a great part of the stream. Oh, you like it? Okay. I'm happy to hear that. But feel free to let me know, actually, especially on the Discord, not necessarily in the chat here if you don't want to. But yeah, in the Discord, ! Discord, we have an absolute bunch of joys of human beings. And a lovely congregation, if you will. Hashtag not a cult. And it's great. Rib Cooper is here as a ponderous Peter. It's pondersome to see you pondering today. Aww. Peculiarly ponderous. Pristine perfection. Thank you. The Norwegian hunt is the deadliest in the world. Hunters in Norway killed 414 minke whales in 2024. Oh. Many of the whales targeted are pregnant females. Why? Honestly, why? I'm truly curious why. What is so valuable, for example, in whale blubber still? I'm not sure, but we always fall short of the fishing limit, which is around 1,400 population. I mean, in general, population control is usually good because we are affecting we are affecting our nature around us as humans so heavily that eventually, since we are tilting it all over the place, the balance between, you know, herbivores, carnivores, and all the things, even plants, because of our activities, then we kind of need that, right? And I might need the population control. Now, whether we need that amount of population control or not, that's a very good question. I'm not sure about that. Probably because people are assholes. That's a good question. Like, how much of that is assholery and how much of that is like it has actually a useful purpose? But why would you target pregnant whales? Like, I don't understand. They are literally processing and using the gestated poor little baby whale. Why? Like, what is it good for? Maybe it's just unqualified fishermen as well. Oh, by the way, don't forget that we are under the limit. Yeah, for the legal numbers, yes. I always wonder how a population, a country, a continent can enforce laws, especially in international waters as well. Like, how can you enforce laws when we can't fucking organize a freaking Monday, right? I'm so sorry. That I think that was very well deserving of an F-bomb. So most congregation of humans are incapable of organizing an average freaking Tuesday, but we all think that, oh, we have these limits and numbers and everybody's happy, right? Like, I love what they're trying to do with the internet, for example, under the guise of let's protect our children. Oh my god, children having access to the internet. Yeah, you know what I'm doing as a parent to avoid that? Not having them access to the internet. Duh! Have you known, lovely people, that as a parent, you are responsible for someone until they are 18? In practice, I like to think that we are responsible for them for life, because that's the practical thing to do and the proper, decent human being thing to do. But also, we are responsible for each other as a community. I'm responsible for them realistically until like 25-ish, right? Oh, by the way, you know also how you know that? Not because of the freaking laws that are made by incompetent people. No, it's because the insurance companies who would insure your life if you are having dependents who you support who are underage, they are calculating with the numbers so you can support them up to the age of 25 by default. Now, what tells you more about what you need to know about life and finances when huge insurance companies, not just because they want to, obviously they also like the idea of hiking up your insurance premium because, hey, you need to support this kid until 25. No, it's because, like, literally all schools, occupations, job qualifications, almost everything requires you to do that, right? To be like 20-something when you are like, okay, now I'm capable of like doing something. And of course there are exceptions, like if you know already what you want to do at 18, whatever, 1 or 2 extra years and lo and behold you of course work. But usually just because you work at 20, that doesn't mean that you can just lean back and not learn anything new for years. Quite the opposite, you should keep learning, right? In many cases for life. Keep learning for life. We have more than that, says Visai. We have forced many animals to adapt. Examples include fish being smaller because of fishing going after bigger catches. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. And that's also interesting, by the way. Yeah, how it's especially interesting with fish because yeah, some of the fish would literally just grow infinitely if they are able to, but usually they die because of other reasons, even in nature, before they would grow unsustainable. Which is very much an interesting thought that those species don't have like a, okay, now we stop growing. No, it's like, oh, there's food, grow. It's like, some fish is getting so huge. Thank you, Peter. Oh, what did I do? Honestly, regardless of this reason, which one is the thank you for? Honestly, regardless of the reason, if you are capable of killing a pregnant whale, I have serious issues with you as a person. Exactly. And again, you know, like, that's why I love the idea, you know, what is that, the romantic age? At the tail end of the Middle Ages, when people were like already like peeking into enlightenment. I'm not sure if enlightenment, I may think that enlightenment kind of happened before, because that's why, you know, like regarding another living being as something more than just a plaything, because you have power over them, what became a thing in human development, right? And at that time, I love romantic. Yeah, I guess that was the period. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just romanticizing that period. Hear me out. So that thing when we were started thinking of hunting animals, although maybe hunters always had this, like, we don't shoot an animal while it's feeding. Like, there's no challenge in just luring and trapping an animal and then killing them there. Like, we don't go hunting to their drinking place and just massacre a lot of them. That's not what hunting should be about. Could we do that? Would it be more efficient? In a survival scenario, would you do that? Sure. Like, if it's, you know, I'm sorry to say this, like, I also don't want to sound too naive or romantic in this sense. Like, if it's my children who needs food, I'm gonna massacre them. All the animals. Just so we can eat. This sentence was a little bit weird. If you... Please don't clip it wrongly. God, please don't clip this out of context. But yeah, if it's, you know, if it's my family, I am absolutely massacring anything we can roast and eat. I don't care. But if we are able to care, we might as well tend to the ecosystem that we are in, so that we can, you know, hunt some of the predators, because we are also hunting some of their food. So just in case the predators would be a little bit too numerous, we need to call the flock or a horde in that sense. Yeah, so it's like, you know, there is like almost unwritten rules, right? And this was, by the way, this was kind of part of warfare as well. And technically still is, because we have all, you know, the Geneva Convention and all kinds of other things, that those were not just for show. I'd like to think maybe it was just for show at this point. Again, the sheer incompetence of our leaders maybe is just for show. But like the whole idea is like, okay guys, this phosphorus is pretty cool, but can we not use it against people? Like, can we not just not do that? Depleted uranium pellets, depleted uranium ammunition. Can we just, like, we tried it in the Gulf War a few times. Can we just stop doing that, because it's like kind of bad, you know? Literal radioactive ammunition stuck in your body. and then we have this, like, this would be honor in warfare, if you know what I mean. And compare that to drone warfare nowadays. It's fantastic, isn't it? How lovely. What a lovely time. 70,000 UK citizens in the Discord league because it's forced now. Well, yeah. And by the way, that's also like such a... It's ridiculous. I don't even know... What exactly got leaked? I don't know. It was not the Discord side, but some kind of support company that was collecting the IDs and whatnot, and then that got leaked, but the reason for collecting it was because of this UK law. What exactly happened there? As far as I remember, it was not technically Discord who did an oopsie. Or was it Discord support, which was done by a different corporation? I don't know. Do you mean the Renaissance? I'm not sure if I honestly have no idea what I meant. I'm just meaning what I say. I don't know exactly which period it is, but there was a period in which, you know, animals had honor, and we don't go out right to just massacre them just because we can. Thank you for watching your children, not expecting companies to protect them. But but again, like, I'm not expecting companies, and I'm sure as absolute freaking hell that I don't expect the government to look after them, okay? Like, thank you very much. They did well so far, right? God, I hate this. Like, I absolutely loathe it when the government treats the citizens as second-class citizens. They treat the citizens as kids. And that's literally what the UK government did, by the way. And I like to do this. I like to take a few steps back and look at, also for games, take a few steps back and just look at things in principles. Like, what exactly happened there? What happened in the UK? I don't care which side you are on. I don't even know which side I'm on, to be honest, at the moment. It's just the sheer fact of, in order to use the internet with full access, somebody somewhere, that's also not very well defined, by the way, that's why there was a leak about the information as well. It's absolutely ridiculously stupid how it got organized. in a haste, by the way, because these kind of changes and things, protections, we should put protections in place, proper infrastructure in place, proper not storing absolutely unnecessary information longer than we absolutely necessarily needed. Because you know what? I got my internet card. Internet card? Oh my god! I'm giving them ideas. God, no! Ah! Let me do a retake of this. So I got my bank card originally in the new country by getting a contract and everything done via the internet. I didn't need to go to a bank itself. I didn't need to talk to the bank teller in face-to-face. I signed up, we got the contract sorted, and what they did is it was some kind of who knows what third-party company that they called me up. They had control over my phone because of this add-on bullcrap running, and I had to show my passport, and they take a look, they look at my face, like there's an actual check happening there. Now granted, I'm very curious if they still have a record of my passport in there. If yes, I really hope it's in the bank's vault, and whether it's an electronic quarters now, that's besides the point. The point is that there's somewhere safe it's stored, because they need that on file for the contract. I don't know, but someone was checking that I'm a real person, I'm doing this, that's fine. I don't know why do they need to store it, by the way. It's someone who we trust. By the way, that's why we have lawyers, that's why we have notaries. By the way, did you know that, lovely people? The purpose of the notaries is not just to drain you of money when you want to buy a house or something like that. The purpose of notaries is that they are people who are a network of trusted legal representatives who say that, yes, this document is exactly as the same as this other document. It's a legally... It legally can consider a copy. That's what they state and stamp. That's exactly what basically should happen with these identifications. Like, yes, I am a person of this age and whatever. Is that true? A notary can say, yeah. But they don't need to store anything for that. If they have the stamp, store the stamp of the organization. Do not store the IDs. Do not store the numbers. Do not store the face photos. Do not store shite. There's a petition with like 3 million to not introduce Internet ID in the UK. Yes, please. Was Discord support okay? Yeah, third company. My grandfather was a hunter and a trapper, says Coco. Yes, there are rules. You don't do that to their watering holes, exactly, and feeding places. Yeah, because they will leave those areas, exactly. There's like also, it's also not just the, oh, we are good people. It's also, there's a practical reason not to disturb the animals in a way that they are, you know, they are not stupid, they're just animals. So that they would leave those areas, and not necessarily because it's cruel, yeah. We don't kill pregnant females, especially of species that are in decline, because derp, yeah. We want the species to continue, yeah, exactly. We have, you know, we have been direct causes of literal extinctions, because we are so smart. I do not believe these arguments that we are trying to protect the children are actually made in good faith. Yeah, exactly, by the way. That's, I truly believe, especially after the freaking 20th century, who anybody believes them. This is why it's important to learn about history, lovely people, by the way. Learn about the history of the 20th century, but not just the usual, you know, epic histories of whatever they make, like, good series about. Like, oh my god, World War. Pew, 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 pew. That's fun. Entertain yourselves. But learn about how it's even escalated to that. Oh my goodness. We literally had 2 world wars. By the way, a fun fact that I shared on my Discord. I'm gonna read this up to you, lovely people. If some of you are not maybe part of the Discord, but you should be. An absolute bunch of joys of human beings. Definitely check out the absolute legendary joys there. I'm gonna send it again for the lovely Discord people. Here's the Discord link. Or the YouTube people, sorry. Check out the Discord. Bunch of joys of human beings. Lovely discussions. Amazing games together as well. And anything we can make of it, really. Hashtag not a cult. I shared this in the Discord the other day. That was a really good YouTube video. which you're not gonna watch through here. It's like a 20 minutes, but you can obviously go back and forth. You can search in it. What happened is that, let me double check if this is here. Yeah. Maybe I didn't check the share the actual details about it. I just said that, yeah. I just said it as a sentence that I thought I knew the global population numbers better over the years in history. Because yes, we have exploded above 8 billion people on this planet fairly recently. But, and since then it's growing, lovely people. No matter how much the Western culture is kind of evaporating as we speak, if we don't do something about it, of course, because you don't have to be born there to be influenced by Western culture, of course. I hope the valuable thing, and not all of Western culture is shiny and rainbows and unicorns, of course. But, you know, the valuing of another life a little bit more than usual ever in our human history, that's pretty good. I kind of like that, you know. Not destroying whole living environments for animals and, you know, basically for us as well, because we don't have stuff to eat eventually. Yeah, that's a pretty good value if I would say so myself. But the point is, when, and I'm gonna try to look it up. I'm gonna try to look it up because I sent it to Mama Ponders actually earlier. Let's see. Okay, so fun fact. Listen to this, lovely people. You're gonna absolutely love this. Listen to this. At the beginning of World War I, you know, one of the bloodiest ever in mankind's history. At the beginning of World War I, we had 1.77 billion people. Yes, you heard that right. There was 1,770,000,000 people across the globe. And that's an estimate. And it's actually interesting that after the 77.77 billion, we don't know the other numbers. Obviously, they are very important. But in the grand scheme of things, it was much less than 2 billion people when World War I starting to rage. Then, you know, stuff happened. Absolutely pristine parts of human history, really. Again, especially if you want to believe your governments. And fast forward to 1939, the beginning of the Second World War, we had 2.18 billion human beings on this planet. Now, not all of them were involved in the war, in all cases, of course. Majority of, we call it a world war because almost all countries were kind of taking part in it, if not like that indirectly supporting this or that with, you know, work or transport or whatever, some kind of ways. But of course, the majority of the scenes is basically the Western culture was affected by this, right? Plenty of proxies, yeah. But it was a raging war en masse. People were dying. It was horrible. Or dying or affected in other ways. But again, think about it. When World War II was starting to rage, we had about 1/4 of the population on the planet. And that was not too long ago. Amazing advances in science, amazing advances in medicine, amazing advances in, obviously, vaccinations, all kinds of great stuff. Fast forward, 1980s. In the 1980s, we are 4.5 billion. But it's still half. And by the way, these are numbers that you can't fathom. Like a billion human beings is something that we cannot fathom. Have you seen some of the largest stadiums, like for example for WrestleMania, some of the largest stadium filled to the brim with people? And that is what you can see, like sea of people, right? It's a sea of people. That is 84,000 people. That is not even 1/10 of a million, and this is what we are talking about, are thousands of millions. Just try to wrap your mind around this, lovely people. And that's why it's insane. Like 1980s, we have about half as many people on the planet as today. That was practically yesterday. In the grand scheme of things, in the way how humans, develop and everything, 45 years ago, in 45 years, we doubled the population of the planet. And I think it's not slowing down. And I think wasn't there like a very interesting website? Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. Let me see if I can make it in dark mode, because I don't want to flashbang you, but maybe there's no dark mode on this, and I don't have in this browser I don't have anything installed for that. But so we're gonna just go with this now, okay? So we are true to the thing. But let me show you this. I think it's still freaking amazing. Let me show you this, lovely people. I'm still small, at least on the corner. Not this one. What is it? That's not it. That's not it. Just a moment. I'll be right there. I need to find the window to capture in the freaking. I need to find the window capture. Yep, we got it. Look at this, lovely people. This is the world population counter. How amazing that is. I don't know how accurate it is. I'm sure they have like details about this right in the back, whatever sources, revision, blah 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 blah. You can find out about their sources, but they seem pretty accurate, and they literally are calculating this. These are births and deaths. As you can see, we are having some deaths, sadly. Birth today, this year, death in total, death this year. Population growth just today. Have you ever thought of this? And again, just today, so far, the population has grown. So the net, the birth minus the deaths, is 2 WrestleManias. 2 WrestleMania stadiums, chock full to the brim, have been added to the number of souls, individual, unique people, who may not be as unique as you think. We are not as unique as we think. We are so similar in many ways, right? But many things make us unique, of course. But isn't this freaking you out? I'm not saying that it should be not this big. I'm saying that this should entail some kind of leadership for the planet itself, no? Like whatever the United Nations tries to be, maybe they could actually do something, right, for a change, instead of just being a show of absolute bullcrap. Just a thought, right? Maybe we should start and listen to the actual higher calling of whatever's best for humanity as a whole, rather than just, oh, we gotta be powerful. Just an idea about, absolute horrible systems that result in incompetent leaders in places that there shouldn't be. Just a thought. But yeah, whatever. This is actually a fairly interesting thought. And there's like top 20 countries by population. Look at this. This is also very interesting, by the way. I didn't know for a while. Like, I knew Mexico is huge, but I didn't know it's this big. Isn't it interesting? I find this very intriguing and interesting. Wow. Just wow. And it's also interesting, by the way, how population is not just the sheer economic power. Population-wise, look at the USA. That's a lot of people. It's unfathomable how many people these are. Are these oh my god, these are changing as well. I just realized. They are estimating this to change as we stare at it. Look at it. Goodness gracious. They were like, since I'm talking about this, there are 7 or 6 net plus people in India. It's just counting up. Look at this. US gained another soul. And lost a few. Gained a few, lost a few, but, net gained another. It's very weird to think about it like this. But yeah, you can actually go into some interesting details about sex ratio in the population, fertility rates. Oh my god, that's also wonderful. Oh, look at this. That's pretty good. That's why we are growing in numbers. And look at this. The total fertility rate of 2.1 represents the replacement level fertility. My goodness. Oh, Billy. Interesting little tidbits. So 2.1 represents the replacement level, and the 0.1 is necessary for all kinds of reasons. You know, there are sadly accidents, horrible diseases, all kinds of problems. So in order for, you know, the one giving birth, the female, to replace the 2 people who needed for that one birth, should be above 2, a little bit. We have the total fertility rate on the planet at 2.2. That one extra decimal point results in this. How interesting this is. It's ironic that same people pushing for harmful legislation to save the children are also the ones trying to get the age of adulthood lowered to 14. Oh god, yeah, it's horrendous, man. And they don't even say children anymore. I also heard them saying, like, anybody under 16 should do this on the internet. And to be honest, the idea of, like, not having access to social media in certain ways for children, that's a great idea. Can we have the parents informed and then let them do it? Like, why do we need laws and rules and government enforcement? Like, what is gonna happen? The police is gonna come to your house because your 16-year-old teenage boy watched the video on the internet? That maybe shouldn't be on the internet in the first place, by the way. I'm not arguing that. It's insane, man. It is absolute utter insanity what's going on in the world. Again, also, again, principle. Just take a few steps back. Do we want to trust the government to do something like that? And maybe the discussion results in, well, not the government, but we would like to trust like a third-party organization made by the tippity top of academia, of child psychologists. Like, okay, cool, that's amazing. Already a huge, a much better step than the police will enforce it for you. Like, but we need to get these groundwork of actual proper protective systems in place before you do like widespread. And you know why? Because I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist. But isn't it interesting that sometimes these big swaths of, oh, let us do legislation to protect our future, kind of coincides with the interest of, let's try to do best so people are sheep and we can govern them easier. God forbid we help people to learn critical thinking. Oh my god. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, lovely people. Just make sure social media is hard to access, okay? We don't want groups to communicate with each other. Let them be in their own bubbles. That's fine. You are already old and entrenched in your own bubble. Cool. That's amazing. We can govern that one. Is that communication made easy between the bubbles? Oh, God. Careful with that one. Careful with that one. Am I freaking paranoid? Am I making sense? We are literally still mentally children into our 20s. Oh, no, literally, yeah. And it's not just mentally, like, brain development, based on the current status quo of research, as far as I know, brain development stops as in, it's still changing, of course, over age. But in terms of growing up to be an adult brain, that kind of happens at 25, by the way. Ish. So yeah, mentally still into children in the 20s. Our brains aren't fully formed and developed until we are in our mid-20s. Oh, there you go. That's the exact same thing you wrote. Maybe I should read the messages. We can't even trust third-party organizations because it's only be a matter of time until some organization with government ties buys it. Yeah, exactly. Or you know, like influence groups and lobbyists and the corporations are affecting it, and it's like, oh, world, you know, we learned amazing, wonderfully pristine work in the WHO, right? The World Health Organization has definitely showed us in the pandemic how amazing things work. Looking at you, TikTok. Oh, and by the way, yes, is that what happened in the US? Is that deal got through? So TikTok in the US is owned by a corporation that has ties in the government. Has that already gone through and happened? Like they had to sell the US arm, the US part of the company. Just you wait till digital currency is all there is. Just you wait till digital currency is all there is. I'm not too afraid of, well, yeah, that would be horrible. But I truly believe that people, like if there would be no other currency we can exchange between people easily, I think barter will be coming back. Which is not the best, because but barter will breed its own currency that is fitting in your pocket. Like there's no way. That was always the case between humans. I don't think Bitcoin is gonna be the only thing to do, especially if it's infected by, you know, whatever is going on right now in the world. It seems that yearly percent are slowing down. The growth was higher in the past, getting from 1 plus B plus 8 plus B in 100 years. Was a growth rate of 85% per year. Would be impossible otherwise. Oh yeah. Rip Gopher, that's true. It's interesting actually. Yeah, that the fertility, but that's again the fertility rate not too long ago was 5 point something across the globe, right? That's where the discrepancy is. No, yeah, you're right. Actually, I said it wrong. So it's not the 85%. The 0.85% is the one that is contributing to that one. That you're right. Rip Gopher, you're absolutely right. That 1 decimal point in the fertility rate corresponds with the growth of 2 WrestleMania stadiums full of people added to the population daily. That's what could, not the whole population, almost 1%. Of course, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's like an average across the years. I haven't checked recently. I think they're still stalling. And that's always interesting in these deals as well, like what actually process it needs to go through. Just like how how Microsoft merged with well, cannibalized the Blizzard and Activision, right? There will always be commodities to trade. Yeah, especially that's why local communities is very important as well. And by the way, have you noticed that the governments and in general, people with power do everything they can to disempower and isolate people in communities? You literally live in an apartment building that is its own, basically its own city or a village, at least a village. A village size population lives in one huge building in a big city, and you have no idea who live in the building. You tend to not even talk to your neighbors. Don't you think that is serving some interests, whether it's on purpose or not? I'm not saying it's on purpose or not, but it's interesting to think whose interest is benefiting from people literally not talking to each other, even if they sleep 10 feet from each other, but there's a wall. Just a thought. I don't know what. Goodness, we haven't even played anything. It's just, God, goodness gracious, Billy.
Shit. What was that?
Exactly.
What the hell? What is this place?
Yeah, what is this? There will always be commodities to trade. Case in point, Dominion. What is it? Case in point, Dominion, the company that handles the US voting machines. Oh, that's a lovely, hefty, juicy business as well. I hope that they have the right people overseeing that. Oh, wait. Which is supposed to be an independent third-party organization to keep voting safe, just was bought by an extreme right-leaning organization. I don't even understand how can even the ownership change for something like that? Like, that should be an actual state enterprise and that should have people on their board that are mandated to do certain training, go through certain ethical checks every month if need be. They have to perform in front of literal worldwide UN-based psychiatrists and whatnot. And maybe then they can make decisions like that literally affect the whole world. How about that? One of the most important things I learned from one of my history teachers. Regardless of the type, every institution with power has a tendency toward increasing and maintaining its power. That's true. I mean, to be fair, it's true for people, like humans, right? Like, we as individuals have a tendency of, like, eventually I would like to own a house. Oh, I own this little house. Oh, I own this little plot of land. What I say goes here. Rodents and all kinds of plants, they don't belong here. I don't want that type of plant in my yard. Like all the things we do individualistically as well is kind of going towards that. Although some of that is just influenced by, like, do you know that the pure lawn, as in just a certain type of blade of grass can be in the lawn, that is also like popularized by the heavy agriculture, the over farming, and all the machines that is there for you to handle it and everything. Like that type of grass is basically influenced on you as beautiful or nice and tended garden because of this modern absolute bull feces of farming. To me, I like a natural looking meadow much better with all the little flowers and various types of plants and spiders and whatnot. Like, I think that's more beautiful to me. And lots of the farmers are seemingly agreeing as well. In between the farm plots, they tend to keep the bushes, and they tend to have a very varied, very rich in species, animal and plant dividers between the farm plots, because that's great for, you know, the bugs and insects that are also helping the plants grow. That would be communism. What would be communism? By having the same thing that is basically for doctors right now, that if you want to practice medicine, you have to be accredited by a board. That board is also like usually countrywide, and some of them have international ties as well, so that they can say that, oh yeah, this guy is actually a doctor, he's not just saying he is, and then they can operate as a doctor or a medical professional. It's true for the nurses, by the way, as well. Is that communism? The only thing getting me through life without having a daily panic attack is these really good drugs that they've got on me on. What is the ISTG? What do you mean by STG? You found me? I found you. Yeah. No, the voting machine stuff. But yeah, but that's. I know you're being sarcastic, by the way. I know. It's the dog whistle kind of place here. And then I know you. I know you are. We are beating each other's drums. I know. But it's that. But that's the point. Both voting machines as well. Like, that should be in very firm hands, doing what they actually should. Where am I? Oh my god, we need to start again? Oh, there's light under there. It's very interesting. I like it. I don't like it that we need to redo the whole thing because it wasn't auto-saving. It's just we gotta go through it fairly fast, okay? Because we know where we are. It just wasn't auto-saving on us. SCG is swear to God. Oh, swear to God. Okay, thank you. I swear to God, yeah. You know, but that's also the beauty of the modern medicine, that certain things would debilitate us, and certain things are obviously debilitating.
I don't get it. Is this a memory?
It's kind of a memory, and the reason we know it's a memory is very simple. By the way, watch this. It's a memory because remember, we can right? We can use this. Actually, can I look? We can use these paths for free. Which means that we already did this. It's an interesting way of the game hinting you at this with a game mechanic.
Glad I changed shoes.
Glad I changed shoes. Hello? Woo! This will be... Yeah, this is locked too. I'm not sure if I like this effect. Blink is not technically teleportation. It's just being extremely fast. With celerity. So we should be just jumping. I mean, I understand that if we do like this air pressure and everything, that's cool. But it's kind of weird that it looks like it.
Anybody here? Hazel and her damn plans.
Hazel. She wanted me to talk to the warlocks. Osborne is here. I have to find him.
Yeah, we should. I'm thinking I'm going to go eat some fruity pebbles. The Tremere, usurpers, warlocks. Again, if you are interested in lore, it's in the game. It's just not 2025 type of accessible. I love reading, but that doesn't mean that majority of people love reading in 2025. And you know, this is the only way, your gateway into this. So you're not already a fan of the Vampire the Masquerade lore. I think this is why the game has failed in terms of expectation. I don't even know if they expected it to sell much better, or maybe they actually expected this to sell this good, and they were modest expectations because it's like. But then again, I don't know why they don't go above and beyond. Like, okay, it's a codex, but let's voice act it. Already have almost everybody voice acted. What would it do to voice act a little bit more of this? Like, it's a lot of text, I know, but still, it's like it's already there. They already written custom text. It's not like coded from a book. What is that under there? I don't know what that is, but it's interesting. We are in a void. I love the Tremere blood magic.
What's that doing here?
You shouldn't have come here!
What the hell? Ah!
Ouch!
Warlocks attacked me. They're the ones who locked me up here.
You should have come here.
But why?
Why? Oh my god.
Really gotta get out of here.
Literally, half of the warlocks also got massacred in that freaking thing. Hello? Memory magic. Blood sorcery is a mysterious craft, and the Tremere are fluent in its secrets. Well, they are the only ones. Well, and to some extent the Semites, or now known as the Banu Hakim. But still, the Tremere has a special pyramid of people, and only know it. Some people are, you know, in a need-to-know basis know about this. Memory magic is one of its most obscure and little-known practices. It is said that the Hartford Warlocks are adept practitioners of memory manipulation, even though this has never been confirmed by their regent, Deneb Osborne. Of course not. They have their secrets. Diabetes was a death sentence. Now it's just severe financial drain. God. Yeah, and a huge inconvenience. Or inconvenience, yeah, depending on where you like. Where you like and that medical stuff. Yeah, it's like where you are on the spectrum of it and what type of medical stuff. And you know what's funny? Funny is a peculiar word here. That the actual manufacture, like the technical difficulties in manufacturing insulin is basically trivial. Manufacturing insulin is basically trivial and should cost very little. Yet the interests, you know how it is. You know how it is. Absolute utter insanity. Again, why do we incentivize this in the capitalism as opposed to incentivizing based on other factors as well? Nobody knows. But yeah, don't touch the systems. It works so great since the 1800s, right? Look at it. Only 2 world wars and a few camps, but you know, it's working. If you know what I mean. Why God this stream has become so dark. I'm so sorry, lovely people. I love discussing this with you, though. It helps me also think it through. And please, lovely people, if I go too far or say something that is like outright, oh my god, Peter, just please let me know, okay? Just let me know. If you don't want to let me know publicly, throw me a DM on Discord or Twitter if you prefer. You can have the links down below under the stream as well. It's a mental drain too. Oh yeah, it is a mental drain, not even too little. But at least you're not actively dying from it usually if you put effort into management. Yeah, exactly. And we know someone like this is the most we have known about humans and our bodies. And if you think about it, this is also the least we will ever know about them right now. But not least in history, but I mean, we will only know more, hopefully, if, you know, barring some horrible thing. Trade gained amnesia. Goodness gracious. Knowledge ratings are reduced to 0. Temporary trait amnesia. A strange feeling of emptiness comes over MM as she wakes up in this strange place. Ah. Many of her memories seem to have disappeared along with her knowledge. That's unnerving. +1 difficulty in psychology and intimidation. That doesn't sound good at all. Are we gonna just jump back down? Please tell me no. It's a lovely library, by the way. I like it. Do we see through it? No, it's just a... Okay. Let's go through it from here.
Osborne's gonna have some explaining to do.
Literally just jump back. We were here already. Osborne! Wait, those are other places? Someone is dancing there. I could talk to those people? Oh my god. There's something there for sure. There's something there too. It's a lock on the doors. Oh, on mine as well. I could have seen that lock. We didn't even check that lock, right? Someone is not having fun. Someone is dancing. Let's go to the dancing chap. I mean, that was... Excuse me? Let's go there. Oh. Okay, so this part is not the best we've ever had. We could have with celerity. Usually we are having fleetness of the feet. We could have also walked around the ledge to come here. What was all this jumping around with all this blood? It's a little bit too much. What are these? Lockpicking tool, very nice.
A coin? What's that doing here?
A coin. But yeah, we can't.
A coin?
Can't we take it?
What's that doing here?
What's that doing here? But why can't we take it? Why is it that in these games the most obvious things that you would do is never an option? Like we thought about certain paths and oh my god, we have a few endings, but god forbid we give the player agency to do what immediately jumps into your mind. And by the way, I wouldn't mind if the option is there to take it, but for some reason the coin is so heavy that you can't pick it up. Whoa, mystery. That's it. Problem solved. They didn't need to do shit apart from including a little animation maybe, or maybe just trying it and then her saying it that for some reason I can't lift it up. Or maybe mentally blocked from even touching it, and lo and behold you didn't even need to animate it. Why isn't the option there? I heard rats. Give me rats. Where are you? Give me the rats. Why do I keep hearing rats but I can't see them? I wanna eat. I wanna munch. I wanna eat, munch, eat, munch. No, then keep your secrets. But I like the idea of having. Can we go through this? All right. Oh! I was fast. Why couldn't I jump up there? Again, game. Let me jump up there, and let's have a short animation of that guy frenzying and outright killing us. Game over. Fine. But let me jump there. Let me spend the blood points, and then look me in. If you feel like you would look me in, scatter some more rats around it. Like I don't get it, man. This game could be so much better. Full of potential. Otherwise an amazing game. I couldn't even jump up there. Okay, I guess. I kind of want to jump to the other one. Also, someone with celerity should run faster. Yes, because why not?
Come on, Mem. You can do it, girl.
Come on, MM. Come on, MM. I don't know if we should go this way or not, but I think we should. Let's go. Oh. What? What? I didn't press the button again. What happened? Jump up there. Hello.
Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. The Lord is.
So it's not just vampires? Is this how they hold their vessels? Hi. How are you getting on? Don't seem to be outright happy about this.
It's stuck.
There's a analyze mechanism. There's a Tremere. It's even almost the clan logo, right? A Tremere sorcery on this. It's not as simple. I like the idea of actually feeding. It's a safe zone in general. Find your lost memories, find a way out of the prison. Who said it? Lebok? Were you the one saying it? That this is boring? It's not boring at all. Maybe it's just because I played it for the first time, but I like it. Actually, we're gonna get some stuff. Oh, speaking of stuff, I think we can get controlled hunt, +1 on a controlled hunt. How about that? We're not gonna kill people willy-nilly, okay? Hello. I don't know why all three of the characters are having this almost the same. Okay, not this one. This is a different preferred feeding type. No. No, she's kind of having that too. I did 7 points, right? Which will be 8 because we did the third time, right? Just lie down and rest and recuperate. I hope we can recuperate because of eating, you know. And now we got the controls hunt trait. Okay, so it wasn't affecting this one. It affects everything after. We had 7 reduced. But now we have +1 additional hunger eliminated. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. If you know what I mean. I love this game though. Like even if I'm sounding like disappointed or weirded out by this. Okay, why can't I? Oh my god, we need to. Okay, I guess. I wasn't pressing it. I was not pressing. What happened? Why did we come back here? Is my spacebar accidentally keeps press? game. My spacebar should be okay. Yarawind, welcome on it. The lovely Yarawind. How are you getting on? It's great to have you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Lovely people, if you don't know who Yarawind is, what are you doing with your lives? Absolutely do yourselves a favor and check out the legendary joy of a human being, or kindred, or kin. It's up to you. You don't have to share. Please respect the masquerade. How are you getting on? It's great to have you. It's great to have you. Lovely people, this is the channel for the lovely Yarawind. Last time playing some Cabernet, which is a very intriguing, lovely little new vampire game, actually. It's a lovely adventure game by the look of it. It's not Masquerade, right? It has its own lore. But it is definitely... Let me do the link again for the lovely YouTube folks. We are multi-streaming on YouTube as well. Exclamation point YouTube if you're interested in doing on-demand video rather than being here with us live. I haven't figured it out... Or both, right? I haven't figured out what I'm doing with my life yet. Cryptid Vibe with Genesis, you are not alone. To be frank, I don't want to be frank in my life, so I'm not saying it like because of that. What? Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But what else? How else are we supposed to do things rather than experiment and do stuff actively, and then eventually, maybe, hopefully, we're gonna land on something that is like tickling you in the right places, intriguing enough that you are, you know what, I'm gonna do this for a little bit. There's no one thing that you're supposed to, or there's no one thing that you have to, and if not, then your life is worthless or thrown away. I don't think that we are wasting our time. Even if you just think, and yeah, the name, right? Peter ponders. Even if you just ponder about life in general, or what's the meaning of this? Why are we even here? You're already doing something. Like thinking about things based on how the mind, and based on even biology, how your brain operates, that's already an action. Like if you have a thought, that's already technically an action that you take. Having the thought, processing the thought, that's an action. Now, whether that should be followed by a real life action or something following that up, creating something else or manifesting something else in real life, yeah, that's up to debate. And some of that debate was done by people before us, right? Philosophers and whatnot. Don't be Frank, be Steve, exactly. To be Steve. To be Stevia. There are so many things to do. Exactly. I've learned how to do all kinds of things. Exactly. That's a good approach, by the way. Just enjoying learning things. Let's do that. Like we have this life. Learn what you can about what you like and keep on keeping on. That's pretty much it. Yeah. If you can keep on keeping on by having an impact of someone else's life in the proverbial good way, then what else can you ask for, right? If you just influence one person today. And there's an interesting story about this. I heard it from Dr. K, the Healthy Gamer GG channel. If you don't know what that is, goodness gracious, Dr. K is amazing. It's a lovely psychology focused channel. Can we do a shout out for him actually? Shout out Healthy Gamer. I think this is the channel. I'm not actually. Let me double check before we do the shout out. Let me double check that that's actually the channel, just in case. Just in case. So if we go to, yep, yeah, I think there's an underscore in there. Yeah. See if we do this. And by the way, he's actually live also with the State of Mental Illness. He has all of his videos on YouTube and everything, so it's pretty cool. Let me do this. Let me do this. I think we can do this. Bear with me, lovely people. Bear with me, alright? Just bear with me. We can do that. Bum bum bum, bear with me. Bear with us, lovely people. Bear with us. Bear with us, alright? Quite literally. One of our favorite bears. here for a moment. But yeah, it's if you think about it, that's all we can do. Here's the link, by the way, also for the lovely people on YouTube. Again, because Twitch has a funny TOS. We can't duplicate messages because, oh my god, so much littering on the channels. It's don't even get me started, lovely people. But then again, so many people have like a mixed chats on the actual videos feeds, so it's like, I don't know, I don't get it. I don't get it anymore. There's so many things to do. Exactly. Oh, I read it. So, Healthy Gamer GG. He was the one, Dr. K was the one who told this story not too long ago, that there was someone who were contemplating self-harm. But before she ended up trying to do something nasty, she wanted to eat a favorite. And this, I think this is a story from his praxis. Like his praxis as a psychologist. So she wanted to eat the favorite candy bar one last time. And she went to a gas station, whatever, a store. And the clerk asked her, was very kind. Not outright, like all over the place. You know, he or she, I don't even know, it doesn't matter. They were very kind to her in, how are you doing? How's your day going? Oh, that's a lovely candy bar. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, you got to love this one. It's amazing. But if you like this one, you should try maybe that one day. Basically small talk. Casual conversation. That one hint of kindness and generic human connection made her rethink what she was about to do. How amazing that is. I'm sorry for today's, I don't know, World of Darkness. We have amazingly dark themes, right? Amazingly dark topics so far. Yaravin, before you tuned in, we were like, oh goodness gracious. It's in the wood, and it's gonna be on YouTube as well. Maybe it's a little bit too much. But hey, we had all of this, and goodness gracious, it's interesting.
The lovely Yabaka one just redeemed teach us how to say things in Hungarian. Procrastinate.
Procrastinate. I'd rather teach you the word procreate in Hungarian. That would be more, just to uplift the mood a little bit. I'm just kidding. Love that for her, right? And it's how amazing that is. And by the way, she told this to the proverbial psychologist or whatever. This become a story, even if the story is not true. Just thinking that that other person might not even know what an effect he had or she had on someone else's life, just by being human, right? It's time for it to. What is the thing? 30 or is it now? You're not late.
I need to eat it.
Yeah. Okay, we have like 10 more minutes, and that's it. Right? Okay, thank you. Kindness is free, exactly. So that was a teach us how to say things in Hungarian, redeemed from the lovely Gobiko one. Gobiko asked us earlier to teach the lovely people how to say in Hungarian conundrum. And you know what? I don't answer that just yet. The lovely Mama ponders, by the way. So the conundrum, I translated it at first. What was I saying, Gobiko, first? At first I translated it into Fennforgás, I think. At first I translated. That's pretty much like things that are afoot, things that fly, kind of mirror translated back into English. That's the Hungarian. But then I came up with the expression hocacári, which is basically just a made-up word, kind of, but in Hungarian we'd use that for like all kinds of things or abound as a conundrum. But conundrum also can mean like dilemma, which would be a dilemma in Hungarian and English both. We have Yaravind as well tuning in.
Oh, is Yara from the other day?
Yeah, she's from the. It turns out that she's streaming as well. Did we do a shout out for you? I did, right? We did a shout out for her. And also, by the way, if you are,
So question is to do another one.
Exactly. We can just do another one. Actually, let's do another one. What are we doing with our lives? Bam! This is my stream. I can do whatever I want.
Yes.
If I keep shouting at people, for example, raid out
you
soon.
Can
Yes, exactly. Mama Partners we have some stuff to do with the kiddos. So it's gonna be...
No.
I have some stuff to do with the kiddos.
Yes. I have an appointment.
Perks of being the streamer. Yeah, exactly. I can just shout out people. So stop it. You don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna shout out the lovely Yorawind again. And we're gonna also shout out the lovely Coconut Cream Soper because that's sufficient. Yep.
French toast for dinner.
Oh, it smells amazing, by the way. I can smell it. You open the door and I'm like, that's a nice trick. We're gonna soon end the stream, lovely people, because a lovely smell of French toast is just entering the room with Mama Ponders. And these scents mixing up this is my life. I love that. And Coco is streaming again as well. How amazing that is. Let's do a shout out for the lovely Coconut Cream Soper as well. Here's the link, lovely people. And if you let me do the link as well for the lovely YouTube folks. Because again, yeah, as you said, like you don't know the rules much of multi-streaming. That's the problem with the rules on Twitch in general, that some of the rules are like, we take it very seriously, and then it's like there's a channel that is banned indefinitely, there's another channel that's banned for a week, there's another channel that has been there for years, and it's like,
No.
yeah, rules.
Do you mean to tell me that you are just rolling the dice?
Yeah, pretty much, like, yeah, literally people
After
making.
what happened to Molly?
Oh yeah, one of our lovely, he's part of our team. We're not supposed to talk about it because it's against the TOS. We're gonna talk about it on Discord, lovely people. If you're interested, exclamation point. We are not supposed to even mention them because they are banned in the TOS. We're not even mentioning that because it's a banned word. I completely wholeheartedly support robotic overlords.
Can we please get the ball rolling?
Yeah, who should we raid, lovely people? We are going in a moment, and in a minutes notice. We have about like 10 more minutes or something like that. I kind of wanted to jump up there, which we can't do. Can we jump over that side, or is this is literally the game just lets you come here and then, oh hi, hey, somebody lost their head, or they mean oh hi. Yummy stuff. Well, I ate from one of the guys.
Victoria might be interested in that.
Victoria might be interested in what exactly? Ingredients! 3 vessels with varying resonance provided by Dr. Dunham, who is doing some research, you know. City's always streaming. Nice. That's a lovely raid. But who is anyone? Can you do some search for me on Vampire the Masquerade? I will try to keep it Vampire the Masquerade, if you don't mind. Like, we are really hyping up to be Bloodlines 2 release, and I'm trying to, because as I feel like that recently I've been raiding Vampire the Masquerade based, and we have been meeting some amazing people. Yorawind here as well, absolute joy of a human being. Make sure to check her out. Lovely to see. Give the Life with Genesis. Are you back streaming as well? Come back to stream. As if this makes it easier, right? This just makes it harder. Life is harsh. Hey, yes, Coco was, Mama Partners was happy to see you as well. Soper, I used to make soap. There you go. A Coconut Cream Soper is actually making soap, and she's selling soap too, right? You have your shop, right? Coconut Cream Soper. You wanna check it out. Lovely handmade soap. Some of it is made live on Twitch. Lots of gaming streams nowadays as well, right? Life do be lifting on us, yeah, lifing on us. Oh yeah. Adulting is hard. I don't know what they did, but adulting is not as I thought it would be. As a kid. Citrate and mercury. Ooh, that's... Take care of this with those ingredients, lovely people, in real life, okay? This is just a game. Hypothesis. The quantity of additive must increase depending on the volume of blood. But that's just it.
I should give that to Victoria.
Okay, as a torn page. If we make it out of here. I can't even jump anywhere else from here, I think. Yeah, let's examine the pool.
Another warlock victim.
Oh, there's the head as well. Like, what are we doing? You say, this is actually good that we are here, but we can't feed now. But we can get that 1 blood point off. But I can get 3 points from the rats in this game world. That is. It's not necessarily the same as the TTRPG, but that's alright. I can't, you know what, we're gonna take one. We're gonna take one.
I'd rather do without it if I don't need it. Yuck. I don't even want to touch that.
Okay, MM. Goodness gracious, the freaking ballerina. Not so much, yeah. I follow Coconut. Definitely do that, lovely people. I do have my shop and I have a Discord where we can discuss custom things. It's hard to keep up with all the things. I can make more than is in my shop. Oh my god. Oh yeah, definitely it's hard to keep up, right? Sometimes. Alright, I don't know if I can do this. Stop it! Why? What is happening with us? Why is it happening to us? Like this. We could only jump to one of them. That was a vessel. There are two others. Who knows what? Okay, whatever. We can do this. One. So if I need to like be quick in doing stuff. Thank you, game. There was like a wall in front of us. Ooh, this is lovely, by the way.
That's impressive.
Thank you, MM. It is indeed. And we need to like jump here too. If we wouldn't have celerity here, or potence, which also has a discipline power of jumping big, then we... Oh. Then we can go around. Oh, hi! Again, fleet of fleetness, or fleet foot, or whatever. I don't even remember how the discipline power called for, still in celerity in the tabletop role-playing game. We would be able to balance through there and be agile and nimble enough to just jump over there to that guy. It's kind of like, I would like it if the games would take these into account and then just have not a so obvious path to go somewhere where we can't anyway. Maybe it was an idea that we would be able to at one point, but then they forgot to change that. Oh, fleetness. There you go. But we can't, I don't think we can go there. Fleetness is available when in a celerity state and near a situation that can be slowed down. Press the button to activate fleetness. Slowing down a situation does not generate any hunger. The situation resumes normal speed when you move away from it or deactivate celerity. Hardcore Eeyore! That's your name? Yeah! Welcome on in, thank you for tuning in on YouTube as well. You're twice here. Twice. Thank you. The lovely Yorawind. Hardcore Eeyore. I love that your account name is Eeyore. How cool is that? How cool is that? Excited to catch you soaping, yes. If the world goes to crap, we will at least be able to make soap so we don't stink. That's the spirit, that's the spirit. And it's already a crafting stiff that could be useful in trading with others, etc, right? You're rebuilding civilization. Very Fallout-like. Genesis says, Atom and or Ozonic Gamings are live with Swansong. They are, and they are English speaking. Usually people don't stream Swansong. Just like, I never can find Swansong streams with English speaking. Not any language speaking usually, but if I, especially try to tag English, it's like nobody. Sounds good. Does anybody have a webcam? Cryptid Genesis. They're the only two streaming Swansong besides you. Ozonic has been live for 4 hours with 2 viewers. Atom just went live 20 minutes ago with 4 followers. I guess both of those would be happy to receive us, right? Hopefully. Hopefully we can make their day. Just having fun together. Whichever one of them has a webcam. I like seeing people's faces. Atom has a webcam, also it has a GIF person. I like that. I love that so much. I would love if people who are wanting to have a GIF person or an avatar or something, they would have a webcam anyway as well. Like I would love an avatar interacting with a webcam reaction person as well. I know some people just plain don't want to share their faces on the internet, which is, to be honest, very understandable. But I just love the idea of having webcams. But yeah, so Atom has a webcam. Okay, that sounds cool. That's the username, right? If I copy the username here, I can just go there. It's a very old account, but it has premium, so no ads. Oh, the YouTube ad. Don't worry, we don't have ads. We're not a monetized channel yet, or at least we shouldn't. Are you lovely people? Do you get ads on my videos in YouTube? And just YouTube is just like, here. What? 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 Is that what's happening? Otherwise, I sometimes VTube that when I don't want to do my makeup. Oh, that's but you could do your makeup with a camera as well, no? Like there's this lovely camera. What is that camera filter program that we were experimenting and then Toadie ended up becoming Toadie and having a frog face distortion filter all the time? What is that called? There's like lots of free filters. I forgot. I have it written up in my Discord, I think, as a tool. I will look into it. I don't want to say something that I don't want to talk out of my arse at the moment. Stream fog. No. That's like a. It's originally. It's not just a specific for streaming. It's just in general. We are going out there. Yep. What are they doing, by the way? What's up with them?
They are finishing up.
Oh, so either no ads. I checked it. Oh, there you go. There shouldn't be ads on YouTube at the moment. But yeah, thank you very much for being there, and thank you very much for being there as well. Hardcore Eeyore is also Yaravind. She went on YouTube as well. And by the way, yeah, I'm reading up YouTube messages. You lovely people on Twitch can't see them because again, Twitch 2S is funny. I refuse to put up webcam up. You get my junior superintendent only. But then again, that's the thing is that webcam software can also make you, based on your webcam and not accidentally showing it, based on your webcam, it generates like an avatar and animates it for you as well. It's not. Not the free versions are not necessarily the end-all be-all, but it's a fun idea to just becoming a shadow or something, and then it's your silhouette only that shows. That's also funny. Usually face cam, like I'm stuck with this face, so yeah, you guys, but there you go, that's the spirit. I know yesterday you were having a wig, right? That's also funny, just do some dress up. I don't know, I just like seeing the genuine human reactions on faces. Okay, so if that's the channel we are going to, I think we can do it this way. Atom. Am I doing it? Yeah, and that is actually indeed Vampire the Masquerade. I love it. Barely starting, having a absolute fantastic. Let's go. More than likely an absolute joy for human being, right? Lovely people. Trickle in, alright? Beat him up, mama. Again? Lovely people. Trickle into the raid. Trickle into the raid, just like my blood pressure when Mama Ponders enters the room.
Yes, you have 2 more minutes still.
I see.
Yeah, 2 more minutes to make it out of the room.
Make it out of the stream. So lovely people. Trickle into the raid. You absolute legendary joys of human beings. Friday. Usually I don't even stream on Fridays. This was just a very, basically a quickie we did after work. Thank you very much for sticking around and being here. I know it's quick because I need to go and tend to the kiddos. We're gonna have some lovely evening time spent together as well as bedtime after that. I may play some Phasmophobia together with lovely people on Discord if you're up for it later. We'll see if that happens. If not, we can play something else too. I think I'm gonna be on Discord in about 3 hours-ish, right? 3 hours, 2.5, stuff like that, right? We'll see. Tomorrow, hopefully, we can have a stream on the weekend because I need it, and you will see why. Not all of us can deal with the webcam stuff either. Oh no, that's actually, but the webcam itself can be converted into something nice, and then you still have kind of like facial reactions animated, which is I think that's just fun. That is just a fun thing to do. Lovely people, are you ready? Thank you very much for being here. You absolute choice of human beings. Cheers! See you next time. Ah!